Australia had come through the First World War. The men coming back from the war were hardened, and then they had to make their way in very, very difficult situation in Australia at that time. There was no doubt terrific shortages of all sorts of things. If you're talking about 1934, you're talking about the Depression when men were out of work. And in those days, to ride to Albury and maybe earn £5 from a win there was a lot more than they'd ever be paid anywhere else. And then they'd ride somewhere else and take everything on their backs and they'd race at Echuca. After the finish of the 6-day races over here, I went over with Fajin, Teruzzi, Van der Touw from Holland, Oscar Plattner, who'd been world sprint champion, all on the same plane, and Bill Laurie, Australian, and just lobbed in France. Went to the cafe that the New Zealand riders had been staying at the year before. I just lived in the cafe and went and trained and trained and trained. The first race was 110 miles and I'd been riding the track. That's myself up the back there, eating as usual. I won one little criterium in Holland, and it was because about 3 laps to go around a little circuit, I thought, I'm going to go. And when you have your day and your body says this is it, nothing can stop you. When I was at school at Box Hill High School, I only had one pair of shoes, so I used to make my own blocks out of a piece of old conveyor belt. Occasionally you tear your sock when you pulled it off. That was my Australian tracksuit top for the Perth Commonwealth Games in 1962, and I've got a number of tour leaders jumpers from Tasmania and South Australia and Victoria. The pros early on in the season had a race in the Alps that was about a week long, and the prestige of something like a race of the Centenary 1000, who wouldn't give $1 to be a member of that race? The greatest road race ever staged in the British Empire, October the 20th to the 27th, 1934. Hopes and bikes shattered in severest test in history. Aces share tragedy with Tyros. The Centenary 1000 has provided many dramatic happenings in which daring and courage have been the outstanding feature. In the first couple of hours, torrential downpour of rain, hail and sleet subjected the competitors to the most trying ordeal. The gruelling climb of 16 miles up Mount Buffalo provided many examples of pluck on the part of several young riders. Wilf said that the Alpine section was easily the roughest and cruelest he had ever been over, worse than any section of the Tour of France. ride with the masters, the Sunday morning crits. I come in dead last, but I'm still enjoying the competition and the within me that desire to still maintain a high standard.